Attack while its tail's up. It's gonna counterattack with its laser. Yeah, that's the line I decided to go with. This week's character breakdown is Cloud Strife, who made his first appearance in Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation in 1997. Nomura has claimed that the battles between Cloud and Sephiroth were inspired by the legends of Musashi and Kojiro. Cloud has inspired characters who have appeared in his likeness in games like World of Warcraft and Dragon Age 2, and you can actually go on a date with Barret in Final Fantasy VII if you're nasty to both Aerith and Tifa. What's up, YouTube? I'm Choctopus, and this week we're breaking down the ex-soldier himself, Cloud Strife. Now, while Cloud is a sword boy, his combos are relatively basic, but he has a strong neutral game thanks to his mobility and range that he gets from his Buster Sword. Now, before we get started, don't forget to vote down in the comment section for the character you want to see covered next week, and be sure to check out our growing library of characters as we work our way through the entire roster. Now, let's get into the breakdown. Cloud's jab is this 3-hit combo, and it has great range, especially the kicks, which the first one will hit on frame 4, so it comes out relatively quickly, and you can use the first 2 for jab blocking. Now, jab 3, which is the sword swipe, will knock your opponent down, and this is good for setting up some kind of tech chase situation. So if you land a jab on your opponent, and they don't tech, you can follow up with something like a dash attack. Cloud's dash attack has both a strong hit and a weak hit, and while there's no direct follow-up because there's so much end lag, you can use this to tech chase, but as far as spamming it on the stage goes, it's incredibly dangerous because there is a lot of end lag. However, it does work as a very high % kill option. Cloud has some incredibly strong smash attacks like his F smash, which is the triple buster, and it's also his strongest non-limit break attack. Or is it non-limit broken attack? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this attack has the potential to KO middleweights from center stage at 100%. Now, being that it's so slow to start and end, it is highly punishable if whiffed, so try not to get too trigger happy with it. Similar to Ganondorf's down smash, Cloud's double thrust is good for reading rolls and ledge trapping. The first hit is weak, but it will pull into the strong back hit and knock your opponent backwards. If you want to use it to ledge trap, once your opponent's off the stage, face the opposite way, and when they roll back on, catch them with the down smash and send them back off. And finally, we have Cloud's up smash, which is an effective anti-air because it has a large range. You can also use it to KO middleweights around 125, 130, and yes, I do realize that Ike is not a middleweight, but overall, use Cloud's smash attack sparingly. I would say you're probably going to use down smash the most for ledge trapping, but other than that, just be careful, especially with his F smash, because if you use it a lot and you're whiffing it and you become highly predictable, your opponents are going to beat your ass. Next up, we have Cloud's special moves, starting with his neutral B, which is a Blade Beam, a slow-moving, large projectile that can travel a great distance. Look at this. It goes almost the entire length of Final Destination, and a closer Blade Beam will deal more damage than one that's done from further away. You can also do an aerial Blade Beam, but an aerial Blade Beam will be weaker and travel slower. It's good for long-range harass, and in some cases can even be used to gimp recoveries. So if you knock your opponent off the stage, you can just run off, do a Blade Beam, because when Cloud uses it in the air, he'll kind of hang there for a second. Then we have Side B, which is Cross Slash. Now, upon hitting Side B, Cloud will do this downward slash, and only when connecting with an opponent, you can hit B multiple times to finish the attack. And much like Beam Blade, you can do the attack in the air, but it's a lot slower and weaker. Now, as for combos, Cross Slash is good out of a forward air and a back air at low percents. Up B is Cloud's Climb Hazard, which is also his recovery. Now, you can also hit B again, and Cloud will come down with a slash. Now, as for using it to recover, it's not particularly great. It doesn't go very high, it has no horizontal distance, so Cloud's not the best character to go too deep with off the stage, because you'll end up self-destructing. And as far as Cloud's Limit Break, we're going to get into how it affects all of his specials, but the attack itself, just a Climb Hazard, not very good. You could also kind of use it as an out-of-shield option as a surprise attack, if your opponent's not expecting it. And finally, we have Down B, which is Cloud's Limit Charge, and this is the mechanic that makes Cloud so unique. So you can gain limit by doing a couple things. You can hit Down B, and in this process you can roll, you can shield, you can spot dodge to cancel, you can gain by landing attacks, or if you take damage, let's set it to Side Smash, you'll gain limit as well. When your meter's full, all of Cloud's specials get an upgrade. Beam Blade gains transcendent priority, it'll travel faster and hit multiple times. It also gets increased knockback, which makes it a good option for KOing at higher percents. You can also use it to stage spike, but it's incredibly risky, especially considering how bad of a recovery Climb Hazard is. A cross slash limit break is incredibly powerful and can kill from center stage around 100%. And when you use it, all 5 attacks are going to come out regardless of whether or not you land the first one on your opponent. So if you whiff it, there's more of an opportunity for your opponent to punish you, but this is likely going to be your most used limit break. A limit climb hazard is basically Cloud's up B on steroids, because you can recover from much further away. Now you can use this offensively or defensively. If you knock your opponent off the stage and you have your limit meter full, you can chase them pretty deep and you can still make it back. Now, if you're in a disadvantaged state and you're getting knocked off the stage, or you're at a high percentage and you do have your limit break, hang on to it and use it to recover. And finally, we have Finishing Touch, which will replace Cloud's down B when his meter's full. This move is extremely powerful, despite only dealing 1.2% damage, and it can kill most characters under 70, but it does have major end lag, so doing the attack in the air is weaker and kills about 24 to 36% later, depending on whether you hit them with the front or the back hitbox. And Finishing Touch has win boxes that will also push your opponents away. Now, when you have a full bar, Cloud will also have increased movement speed and he'll fall faster, so it's a good time to pressure your opponents with aerial attacks. As far as when to charge your limit, you don't want to fill it up right off the bat. It's best to charge a little bit at the start of the match, and do it in small bursts or let the fight play out, because you can only hold it for 15 seconds, so it's use it or lose it. Next, we have Cloud's tilts, and you're going to be using them a lot because they have big range and much lower cooldown than his smash attacks. Forward tilt has good KO potential, especially at higher percents, and I personally like to use Tilt Stick because it makes it a lot easier when you're dashing around with Cloud in neutral to just throw out a quick forward tilt or an up tilt or even a down tilt. Cloud's down tilt is this slide, and it covers some decent distance. You can even run and dash into it, but it doesn't true combo into anything because it has so much end lag, except at 0. At 0 you can do, you can do down tilt into up tilt, but above that, it only really follows up into things like a nair or an up air if your opponent doesn't DI. Then we have Cloud's up tilt, which is this overhead swipe, and this is a good setup for air juggles because you can do it into itself, or you can do it into an up air starting at mid percents. It's also good as an anti-air because it's not as committal as an up smash, but it won't kill until around 160, depending on the weight of the character. Next, we're going to talk about Cloud's air game, and this is where some of his best attacks are. Starting with his nair, which lacks in range, but it's his fastest aerial. So if you fast fall to auto cancel, you can combo into things like a jab, you can combo into a forward tilt. Actually, you can combo into any of his tilts. And you can also combo into a cross slash. And because his down tilt travels, you'll be able to combo into it out of a nair up to mid percents. Nair also works as an effective ledge guard because it's so quick, but just make sure you're able to recover. Forward air, while it takes a second to wind up, is great in neutral due to its range, and if you land one, you can go right into a cross slash. The middle of the blade is also a sweet spot that, if landed, is a pretty nasty spike. Now, this is going to be one of the main attacks you're using in neutral, but make sure you don't auto-cancel it too quickly because the attack won't come out. Also, when you're using it, make sure to mix up your game with some empty short hops so you don't become too predictable. Back air is super strong and it comes out faster than Cloud's forward air, so it's a great high percent kill option. It also combos into a lot of the same combos that work with a forward air, so you can do back air into a cross slash as well. Back air is another attack you're going to want to use a lot in neutral, so when you're dashing around, because you're going to want to utilize Cloud's mobility, use a lot of forward airs and back airs, and mix it up with some empty hops to throw your opponent off. But back air is also good as an offstage kill option. You have to work on those reverse aerial rushes. Up air is a great juggle tool, and it comes out really quickly. You can also use a fast falling up air to start combos, because it'll pop your opponent right above Cloud's head. However, it's not what it used to be in Smash 4 because the hitbox is a little smaller, so it's harder to pull off. But if you can land it, it'll combo into things like an up tilt or an up B, and even at higher percents, your opponent will be within range, so you can follow up with either another up air, or you can go into a back air if we can land it. Last, we have Cloud's down air, which is a downward stab with a long hitbox, similar to Link. So you can use this in neutral for mix-ups and approaches. You can also use it to spike, but it's risky to use offstage due to its high end lag. However, you can use it safely at the end of the stage, or you can use it in combination with a ledge grab and hop back up as your opponent recovers low. Then we have Cloud's throws. His forward throw is a good option for positioning or throwing an opponent off stage. You have his back throw, which is not particularly strong, but can set up into a tech chase situation where you can follow up with either a blade beam or a dash attack. Then you have his up throw, which is an overhead throw that could set up into an air juggle, and you have his down throw, which will throw Cloud's opponent behind him, and all of his throws have massive amounts of end lag, so they're really not good for combos. The only thing they're really good for is positioning. That's it for Cloud's breakdown. As far as a sword character goes, Cloud is one of the easier ones to pick up, so whether you're already a Cloud main or someone looking to get into the character, I hope you find value in this guide. And if you liked this video, a like is definitely appreciated. You can also dislike it if you didn't like it. I don't know, do whatever the hell you want. Subscribe if you're new, and tune into a stream, or follow me on social, or join my Discord, or send me a blank check. Links in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.